this is unreal, guys. Drop the sub, man. I'm gonna fucking ship this. In this video, I make my best ever run in the World Series of Poker. I get millions of chips. We're playing for $500,000. It is insane. Colossus line is like an hour and a half probably. I'm really not a line guy. I wonder if I could buy somebody's spot in line for 50 bucks or something. I'll buy your spot for 50 bucks. 50 bucks. Right now, I'll buy your spot for 50 bucks.
200.
No, too much.
You gotta
I'll buy your spot for 50 bucks. Yeah. You take the 50, I take, that's a good transaction, right? How much? 50 bucks. 100%. Yeah.
What's your name?
Kevin. Jason. Good exchange.
All right.
My brother. Yeah, cheers. All right. So I just bought Jason's spot for 50 bucks. So 50 bucks has to come out of the bankroll, but it's worth it though. I just saved an hour. That guy made 50 bucks. It just feels like a win-win-win for everyone involved. You know, I didn't cut anybody. I literally purchased my way to the front. It's a good exchange, right?
5 minutes later.
They rejected it, so I'm out 50 bucks. God, they shut me down. Oh my God. The guy who has my 50 bucks is like 10 minutes in front of me in the line. So funny. Lesson learned, I guess. $450 Colossus. Our seat after that fiasco, and we instantly go on break. Look at all the wonderful people I run into. Ben CB, the German killer. And Greg goes all in.
I'm wailing around here for the first week.
You guys got chips in this thing?
I do. Yeah, 18 bigs.
What?
I like this cold answer.
Is that bad?
I don't know.
We have 204,000 chips from 40K starting stack. So in that, like 3 levels, we 5x'd our stack, which is unbelievable. I look down at King Jack of clubs under the gun. Easy raise, I make it 2K. Folds to the button, calls, and big blind calls. Both these guys have fresh stacks, so we're all 40K effective. Flop, 6, 5, deuce. So we flop 2 overs, clubs. Checks to me, obviously. I like checking here just because my range performs so poorly in general. A lot of checks is good, so I check. Now, this is very interesting. There's 7K in the pot. Button bets 1K. He bets a 1/7 of the pot. How could that be a lot of strength? And then big blind raises to 3,500. So tiny bet, tiny check raise. You think if these guys have a set or 2 pair or a strong equity hand, they would be pumping it a little bit more. So I sense some weakness. I have a good hand. When you have a good equity hand and you sense weakness, let's pump it. I make it 10,000. Button folds, small blind thinks about it and goes all in. Well, I'm never folding. First hand could be back in the line right away. I put it in. He is 9-9, no club. So we got 2 overs. We got the club draw. We're a favorite here. And show the tape. King Jack club.
Hold, please.
King Jack club. Hey, Jack.
All right, good luck, guys.
Bang, huge jack on the river. So instead of going back to the line, I now have 80,000 and we're ready to rock. Hey, good game. Thanks for, hey, welcome. Nice river. Flop a set of 5s, we win a small pot, and then right away, I'm in middle position. I look at 3-3. I raise to 2,200. Chris in the cutoff, young guy. He's about 60K. He watches the vlogs, he watches all this stuff, and he's a young guy, he's ready to battle. He 3-bets to 6,000. He's about 60K effective. Comes back to me, very easy call here. We're gonna play a 3-bet pot out of position. Flop, 4, 3, deuce, 2 hearts. Bang, flopping a set in a 3-bet pot. I could play lead, but nah, he's usually gonna bet this board. So we check. Sure enough, he fires. He fires 5,000. What do? I have to check raise here. It's a good spot to bluff in general, a lot out of position. Gotta include the value. So I make it 12,500. No reason to check raise big. He thinks about it. I sense his energy. It really feels like he has something, like he's ready to rumble here. That's the sense I got. He calls, amazing situation. Turn, king of diamonds. So there's 2 flush draws now. Pretty good. Of course, if his kings were dead, but he's a lot of other hands. He could easily have ace king. He could, float my check raise. Gotta continue here. Small size, no reason to go big. I bet 12,000. He's kind of huffing and puffing a little bit, ready to rumble. He stacks up all his chips and he ships it in the middle. I snap call, thinking, I hope he doesn't have kings. I probably have to fade a big draw or something. Guess what he turns up? He turns up ace queen, ace of hearts, queen of diamonds. He's dead to us. We have to fade the 5 for the wheel. Hey, good game, Chris. Sure enough, we brick and boom, we're rolling in the Colossus. For you. You might be the best dealer I've had all series, so. After that, we're up to 120,000. We're looking really good. And there's a bunch of deep stacks at my table, which I think favors me. I'm ready to battle deep stack. I look down at 5-6 of diamonds under the gun. The table is deep enough that I'm gonna raise this. Blinds are, small blind is 600, big blind is 1,200. So I make it 2,500. Guy in middle position who has a bunch of chips 3-bets me. He 3-bets me really big. He goes to 8,200. Comes back to me. Honestly, these like small suited cards do pretty well in 3-bet pots out of position. We're deep enough for like 100 bigs deep. Fuck it, let's peel. Let's see a flop. Flop is 9-8 deuce. So I flop gut shot. I check. Fire's 11,000. I've shown some big hands. I decided to go for the bluff. I check raise. He doesn't have 8s, he doesn't have 9s. People just call those hands. He has a huge amount of overpairs, but he also has a lot of ace king. He has a lot of ace jack, ace queen, king 10 suited. These things can exist. So I check raise bluff. I go to 27,000, and he quickly shoves. So we lose that one. That was a boo-boo. Pretty much the only hand we lost. And then soon after that, so I got heaps. Cutoff opens. I look at queen on the button. When you can get a premium, it's just so juicy, especially on the button, because I'm super aggro. They don't really believe me. So I 3-bet, and then this young kid who, it's funny, he looks like Landon Tice. Let's get a picture of Landon Tice up there. He looks just like him. He shoves. He goes all in for like 45,000. Comes back to me, I snap call, I have the queens. He has ace 5 suited, which is hilarious because that's a trademark Landon Tice hand. Run the board out, we hold, and man, we're up to 200,000, which is really a sick stack. So break ends here in a couple minutes. As always, let's just keep making good decisions and let's keep building, see what we can do.
Where's on high chips? Don't play fire games. Please go direct to the next table. Good luck.
Ace 9 versus 3s. Good start for me. Oh, close, scary river. So I rack up, go to a new table. It's whatever, I wasn't minding my table. Anyway, I sit down and immediately action. Instantly folds to me in the small blind. Now I have tons of chips. The guy in the big blind has 17 big blinds. It's 1K small blind, 2K big blind. He has 17 big blinds. I have king 7 offsuit. I think this is a really good one to raise because if he shoves, it's not like we're folding a huge hand, but we have some good like blocker potentials. So I raised to 5,500. Looked it up, and yeah, king 7 just like a really good raise, not all in here. So we raised to 5,500. Big blind snap calls. Now, the guy in the big blind, it looks like he just doesn't want to be here, to be honest. It looks like he would rather be anywhere else than here at the World Series of Poker. So we just got to note that. Flop, 10, 7, 5. 2 diamonds. I do have the king of diamonds. Okay, we flop middle pair. Could bet, try to build this pot, but I don't know, I check. I looked it up, and yeah, it can bet, it can check, a little bit of both. I decided to check, seems very reasonable. He bets 4K. He bets 4K into what, the 14 in the middle, so not that big. I truly think if he had a 10, he would just go bigger because the board is kind of wet. Anyway, pretty easy, I call. 20K in the middle. Turn, deuce, offsuit, deuce of clubs. Good. I check, and he quickly just shoves his stack in the middle. About 20,000 left. So he shoves 20K into 20K, and it's like, what do I do? Honestly, I got the vibe that this guy just, again, wanted to be anywhere else. He could easily have a 7, he could have 8, 9, he could have draws. So I don't think it's that hard. I click the call button. And he is 10-9 suited, so he has me absolutely crushed. A bad read by me. I honestly thought he would bet bigger on the flop with a 10, but yeah, we're absolutely smoked. River's a brick, and I lose a pretty significant pot at this new table. Then very quickly, I look down at the church of Ace King. Now hijack opens. He has about 60,000. He has about 30 big blinds. And he raises to 5K. I'm in the next position. I'm in the cutoff. Got a 3-bet here, of course. I bump it up. I make it 14.5. I think a very reasonable size. Could go a little smaller, I think, but it's fine. Goes back to him. He calls. Okay, 3-bet pot in position. Flop, ace, 9, deuce. 2 diamonds. Amazing though. Top pair. Like stack to pot ratio is very shallow. He checks. I think I have a very easy continuation bet to a small size. I bet 9,000. No reason to go any bigger here with our range, but gonna bet this board a lot. He calls, amazing spot. Turn, jack of clubs. Now he checks. Now what, there's like, you know, he has about like half a pot size bet left, not too much. So I think about it, I have a very clear all in. I go all in, and he doesn't snap call. So I'm pretty pumped about it. But he takes his 10 seconds and he puts his chips in. I quickly flip up my ace king. I think I have the nuts. He flips up ace jack suited. So he nails this turn card and I'm dead basically. River brick, and I was like, oh, this is not a good start to this table. And immediately I'm down to 130,000 and I could feel a little bit of tilt coming in. Take some deep breaths. Don't want that tilt there. Never want to be in that mindset. I'm just like, okay, I have a nice stack. I have 130K. Let's reset. Let's keep making good decisions. Because there's no wrong decision made there. I just lost 2 massive pots, but literally I played the hands well. And that's the crazy thing about poker. I actually pick up a couple of small pots. Then I find ace 4 of diamonds in the cutoff. Blinds are up now. It's 1,500 3K. So I raise to 6,500. Guy on the button quickly calls and the big blind calls. Ace 4 of diamonds. Flop. King, jack, 9, 2 spades, 1 diamond. Kind of miss, and this board smashes my opponent's range. I'm really not going to put any more money in here. Checks to me, I check, button checks. Checks around on the flop. Turn, offsuit 10. Now, very interesting. This is an interesting card. I'm the only one here who can have ace queen. Big blind checks, and it's on me. I think I have a nice hand to bluff. I have a gut shot. I'm the only one who can have ace queen. Let's go for it. I bet 7,000 into the 18, 20K. Trying to rep that queen. Button folds, lady in the big blind calls. Okay, 34K in the middle, ish. River, brick. Now, what do we think about her range? We know she doesn't have a straight. Because if she's a straight, she would either bet the flop or check raise. Nobody would really check call with the straight here. So she has a lot of like 1 pair, 2 pairs. It checks to me. And it's an absolute must bluff. Oh my God.
I was like,
hey,
I'm the lady. I'm the
what's
lady.
Your name?
Tanya.
That's so embarrassing. I'm doing this hand history. It was
okay.
against you.
It's okay.
Tanya. I did have a bluff. I had ace 4 of diamonds.
Good bluff.
Oh, thank you. I'm so mad. You're just walking by. I'm so embarrassed now. That's so
don't be
funny.
embarrassed.
Shout out the
Hilarious.
vlog. You got a lot of chips. How many chips do you have?
Coming back to like 50 bigs.
Amazing. Good luck. Except against me, okay? Take the chips from the rest of the table. That's so... Am I the most like awkward person unintentionally ever? I think I might be. Yeah, I bluff 20K. Fuck, man. This vlog is just so cold, man. The shit that happens, this is my life. Oh, a little controversy. All in between 2 players. The one guy said call, but nobody heard, and then the hands got mucked, and the thing got shuffled, and the pot got pushed. And they're now taking it multiple levels up. Big boss here. I think he's calling in the other big boss. It's already going on for 8 minutes, 9 minutes. It could even take longer. I don't know what they're gonna do. This is gonna take a while. We're already like 8, 9 minutes into this. What are these right here?
Oh, the flop. That was the flop. I know.
All right, the word cheater has been used. Sideline development here at the WSOP. This is really insane. The situation took 18 minutes to resolve. They let the guy keep the chips. I didn't really agree with the ruling, but whatever. I'm just happy to get to the next table and get playing again. Now we go to Paris, like a herd of animals. We are in the jungle, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. You're watching the vlog.
I'm watching him on him, and I see
on the vlog. 7,700 today. 1,700 left. I don't have tons anymore. I have 120K, 5K big blind, 24 bigs. It's enough. We can grind that.
live. No. Yeah, pay attention, Kev. 3, and you're gonna let me live because I watched your vlog, right? It's like vlog equity.
Good vlog.
Okay.
Great shape.
He's gonna lay it down now. I already exposed my hand.
Ace Jack. Holy shit.
3K bet into 57K.
Fucking sucks.
All right, let's go.
It was close. If I didn't have backdoor flush, I would fold.
King 9 of clubs.
Oh, see, backdoor trip draw. Bing. Good game.
Good game.
See you, buddy.
Hey, good game. Thanks, man. Nice guy. Talks a lot. Very nice guy, though. Played with him before. He's just unlimited words. Moves to this table, and we just had an explosion of chips. We're up to 300,000 again, baby. Come on. And we're near the bubble now. I went from one of the short stacks to one of the big stacks on the bubble. A couple of medium pots. I made trip aces, won a nice one, won another multi-way pot, and then the big one. Gentleman with 150,000 under the gun raises his 3K small blind, 6K big blind. He makes it 15. I'm in the cutoff with 2 red 8s, and I just have him covered. I call. The rest of the players fold. Flop. 10, 8, 3, 2 spades. I flopped a lot of sets today. That feels like the 4th set I've flopped. And he fires pretty big. He bets 22K into 45, which is amazing. He's just representing absolute strength. Kind of tempting to raise and stack an overpair, but no, we should just call here for sure. I call. Turn, ace of spades. That's shitty. That sucks. A, we could lose. B, how are we supposed to get the money from the overpairs now? It really sucks. It really sucks. He checks. Now what do I do here? 90K in the middle. I think I want to bet a small size. I really want to keep in the 10X, the jacks, queens, kings, with or without a spade. So I don't think I should bet big here, but I bet 25K, small. He calls. So pot's 140 going to the river. River, 10. Beautiful. We make a boat. And there's a chance he could easily have Jack 10 suited, Queen 10 suited, King 10 suited as played. He checks. Absolutely have to go all in. It does suck because we don't get any more from Kings and Queens, but what are we going to get like any more from them anyway? I think we have to play the stack at 10 or a slow played flush. Probably try a stack at 10. He folds river, and that's a beautiful pot. I am exhausted. I am so tired, but guess what that means? That means everybody else is more tired. And I believe that. So I'm ready to gear up. 2 more levels left. I could easily get the staff $1 million, take advantage on the bubble. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna do some of these awkward stretches on break. Bro, I'm exhausted. Five off the money. But there are 9 all-ins in the field. Man over there has 1.5 big blinds. Good luck, sir. Good luck. I hope you cash. It's always a sweat. One away from the money.
All you need is 3 or...
So congratulations, you are the money.
Well done, sir. He made it.
Guys, I just played my ass off and bagged chunks in the Colossus. Go hit that sub button right now to support the channel. And we bagged 350,000, which is a hell of a day of poker. I peaked at 470, so we lost a few hands at the end, just raising, getting free bets. That's a hell of a day. Turning a 40K starting stack into 350 plus a cash. Day 2 on Sunday. It's 2:30 in the morning. Holy fuck, that was a long day, man. I late reg. I don't know how people do it from 10 a.m. Whew. In the car, this was a massive, massive pot. I have black queens under the gun. Small blind is 4K, big blind is 8K. I make it 16. I'm starting with about 220 in this hand. So around 28, almost 30 big blinds. I raise with queens. Now this guy right beside me, he'd been playing pretty well. He has a lot of chips. He flats from early position and big blind calls. All right, I like my hand. Let's see a flop. Flop 9-7-3. 9-7 heart flush draw. 3's a club. Now what do I do here? I think if I want to check over pairs, I think checking aces and kings is much better than queens. Queens favor betting is what I guess. So I decide to bet. What is there? Almost 55K in the pot or something. I bet 21,000. Guy folds. Big blind calls. So pot is brewing. So what is it now? 90-ish K, a little bit over that. Turn 3. Pretty sexy card. Now big blind, in theory, can have some suited 3s, but like, let's say he has like, I don't know, king 3 suited on the flop. Is he excited? Like, my bet's really strong. He could have a 3, it's possible, but overall, like, the card's pretty sexy for me. He checks. Now, what size do we go here? It's really interesting. I think with range, I don't think we have to mash anything big, just because we have this stripe of overpairs, which is powerful. I bet 30. I bet 30. 37, I think, actually. He calls. Love this situation. If he's a 3, he might check raise turn. He probably calls. Anyway, I just don't get the sense that he is a 3. I really don't. River, 160K in the middle. 6 of clubs. Flush draw bricks, but 8-10 gets there. That is a portion of his range. He checks. He checks. What do you do? I have what? 130K left? What do you do? Comment in the chat. Comment down below. What would you guys do? He could have a 3. I don't sense it. He could have a 10. I got to shove. And the scary thing is we're like 50 away from the money and he covers me. If I get snapped here by a boat or something and I'm out, that would like be really painful. But there's nothing that's gone on in this hand that doesn't make me believe I have the best of it. And people love to call me. People love to call me. So anytime I can find these thinner value bets, I'm all in. I go all in. Quickly, he's huffing and puffing. He's like, fuck, he's like, I'm at the top of my range. I'm under repped. Which is great news. And then I was like, wait, does he have like me beat? No, no. It's impossible. He thinks about it for 30, 35 seconds. He's all like kind of huffing and puffing. He grabs his chips. He puts it in the middle. He calls. I flip over my queens confidently. He is pocket 10s, no good. And that's how we got this massive double up near the bubble. So after that, we had like 450. Again, we did lose some small pots to end the night, but we bagged 350. Really proud of my flow today, my decisions. I'm pretty happy with every decision I made. That's all I can do in these things is make good decisions, trust your instincts, and I think I did that today. And hopefully Sunday is more of the same. Before the mountain, I got distracted by this pretty cool frickin' playground. Day off today, chips are in the bag, so I decided to climb this hill. And the view from the top is really amazing. There's the strip there. Man, what a beautiful city. I just love Las Vegas. Slammed a couple of these edibles. Now we're gonna check out some weird shit at Area 15.
Oh my God. Whoa.
This is wild. Oh man, it's so trippy. I got 30 big blinds. Start the spin cycle right now. Having a little bit of a delay here, so let's go through a hand history. I played a big pot right away. I fold into the big blinds, still have my stack. I have my stack of what, 320K, 30 big blinds. Early position raises to the minimum, raises to 25K. Small blind 6K, big blind 12K. I have 4 or 5 offsuit in the big blind. I think against a sicko pro, you can maybe let it down, but against most people, we're going to defend this hand. We call. Flop. King 6-4. Rainbow. Flop bottom pair. King high board. Of course, we check our entire range. He bets really small. He bets 15K into 70K. I think we have a very easy check call here. Want to bluff raise other hands. I think I call. Turn 7, bringing in the backdoor hearts. Amazing card for my range, and amazing card for my hand. But I don't think we play lead, but we have bottom pair open-ended now. I check. 100K in the pot. He bets 65K, which shows a lot of strength because the turn card is good for my range, and he's still betting to a big size. Shows a lot of strength. I don't think we want to bluff or anything. We have a hand, I'm pretty sure we just want to call, see a river. So I call. Like, let's make it straight here. River, king of hearts. We totally brick. It's a very interesting river. I could definitely have a flush. I could definitely have trip kings here. I check. And he goes all in pretty quickly, showing amazing strength. He triples. If he triple barrel bluff me, well done. But like in this spot, I can just have a flush. I can just have trips. So I fold, and immediately I lose a bunch of chips. So I already lose a big pot, a little bit frustrating, but I look down at ace king. There's a raise and a call. I go all in for my 19 big blinds. The guy tanks forever, folds, and says he folds ace queen. Oh, live poker, people don't put it in. It's like such a, I think, mandatory call. It hurts because I had ace king. We would have had it in a great spot. So we're back to about 300K, 28 big blinds. I'll keep you guys updated.
And then a flurry of all-ins come. I got queens in pre-flop here versus pocket 7s, and we win. And then a massive one here. I get in the jacks pre-flop versus pocket 10s. This is for about an 800,000 chip pot.
Small cards.
And now that I have a lot of chips, I see 2 all-ins in front of me, and I look down at King in the big blind. Please hold, dealer.
Ooh. Thanks, man. What a wake up.
If you guys are liking this vlog, send me the run good. Hit that like button right now. We can get 2,000 likes on this video.
All right, so I got 1.7 million in the Colossus. What a stack to have, man. What a spot. I love this tournament. All right, small blind's 20K, big blind is 40K. I open the hijack. I have 1.5 million. Cutoff calls. Cutoff has 900K. Everyone else folds. Cutoff is a reg. He's like a feisty, reg. That's what we'll describe him as. Flop is 8-6-3 rainbow. Again, when there's 3 small cards with no flush draw, I truly believe the out of position player does quite a bit of c-betting because we have the top overpairs. My opponent doesn't really trap here that often, so I have a really good hand to bluff. What is pot's 250? I bet 75K. He calls. Pot is 400K going into the turn. Turn is the 3 of hearts. Pairing the board, bringing the backdoor flush draw. Now, it's kind of nice, cuts down his sets. It's really hard for him to have 3-3. And I don't think he has like ace-3 suited, flatting pre either. I mean, maybe. But again, think about the range situation here. I have this massive stripe of top overpairs, kings, queens, aces that he doesn't have. And what hand should we bluff with here? I think I have a good one because I don't want to bluff with ace, king, ace, jack. When I bluff here, I need his ace highs to fold. So I decided to bluff. I bluff 175 into 400. And he goes in the tank for a long time. He mucks. It's great news. So just an example of like finding a really good bluff spot, applying pressure. And we're cooking right now. Woo! I'm having a lot of fun.
It's a trap. This guy raised and I just flatted, and then the short stack went all in, so he went all in. So here we go, throw it all in with the birds. Hold them. Honestly, this tournament gets really shallow, so there's just a ton of all-ins. I get an ace-jack preflop. We get it in good versus king-queen.
I had his hand. So. I had ace-6 of diamonds.
Oh, bad start. Queen.
Probably don't probably shut that.
Save. All right, we're really getting deep in this thing. This shit's so exciting. In the big blind, I have deuces. Normally wouldn't invest a ton of money with this hand, but early position shoves for like 6 big blinds, 580K or something. I have to call. He is queen jack offsuit, so we're flipping here for 1.2 million. Deuces versus queen jack. Deuces never loses at the World Series. Good start for me. Bad turn for me. Deuce. Nice hand. 550. It's not the most defining pot, man. What's up, brother? Dude, is that a bracelet?
Yeah, it's my engagement gift. I got my
looks
your
clean.
vlogs. I follow you.
Oh my god, well shout out. What's your name?
Eric Schumacher. Nice
Hey,
to meet
Eric,
you.
you're gonna be on the vlog.
Good luck, Colossus. Kick
Let's
butt,
go, man.
Let's go,
Cheers, brother. Appreciate you. It's so nice that people say hi like that. You know, it's incredible. Deuces versus queen jack offsuit. Flop is safe. Turn is not safe. And like, not tournament defining, but the average is something like 20 big blinds. Deep in this thing, like every all-in is so important. And then a very pivotal hand. I'm in middle position. I raise with 2 red 8s. Big blind tanks for a long time and defends. Flop, queen 7 deuce with the flush draw. He's really short. He basically like just puts most of his money in right away, which is great news. Great news, and I'll tell you why. Because he's never gonna have a queen in this spot. If he's a random player, somebody might like hit it and just be like, okay, they put it in. But I know for a fact he never has a queen because this guy's a thinking player. If he has a queen, he really needs me to c-bet bluff. So there's no reason he could ever have a queen here. So I put the money in. He has 10 deuce. The Doyle Brunson hand, 10 deuce suited with the backdoor flush draw. Big pot, something like 1.3 million. Turn 10 of spades. River brick. I get it in really good. And so I lose 2 all-ins in a row. A little bit of tilt creeping in, but then thankfully a massive hand right before break. So now I'm down to 19 big blinds. It's 40K small blind, 80K big blind. and I have 1.4 million. 18 bigs. Guy in late position raises, and he 2.5x's, which is important. Also, like, he has the same stack. He's 1.4 million. I don't know. Normally, like, good players raise smaller with aces or kings. Anyway, just a little note. Folds me in the big blind. I peel jack, jack. Not really a decision. I am all in quite happily. And he doesn't snap call, which I'm very happy about. But he does call. Hoping to see 10s or 9s. He has ace-king offsuit. Massive flip. We have the exact same stat. One of us is going to be out of the tournament. One of us is going to be rolling with 3.2 million. Pick me, poker gods. This is ace-king. I run very good versus this hand.
Might be a
Good start. Good turn. Small card. Boom. Boom! Come on. Massive flip. Poker gods chose me. So we're at 3.2 million in dinner break. I'm going to vibe, get a little sun, maybe massage. 300 players left in the Colossus. This is serious shit, ladies and gentlemen. This is serious, serious shit.
Right after dinner break, the structure is still shallow. And I have ace-jack suited here versus the short stack who wakes up with queens. Come on, let me hit this one.
Jack or ace? Ace? Oh, yeah.
Saw paint.
Such a turbo right now. Stacks are really shallow, which I don't like. We're playing for a lot of money. It'd be nice if it was deeper, but it is what it is. So every hand is like a shove and a reshove. So shorty's behind. I shove jack 10 suited. This guy calls off 11 bigs. He has ace queen suited. It's like we're not dead, but it's not good. Oh, that's not bad. We can beat ace queen. Jack 10 of diamonds versus ace queen. Jack or 10. That's a jack and a 10. Gotta fade the royal though. I can still make about 10. Flop 2 pair, here's the royal draw. You see the footage. So now I'm down to 1.8 million, which is 15 big blinds. Just gotta play the short stack. Let's get it back up over like 5 million.
Blind versus blind battle. Small blind just goes all in, and I look at ace jack. It's a very easy call. We get it in good for our tournament life.
Let's. You might have.
It's close. Yeah, I got you. I got it.
Oh, I love these people.
Just gotta calm down a little bit. Just let it breathe. I went on dealer tilt. You know, normally this shit doesn't bug me, but I'm sorry. The dealer on my table, it's just reality. He has no clue. We're final 180 in the Colossus, and he's totally lost. So I went to the staff, just firmly said, hey, can we get someone else in here? This is a big spot. We should have your best dealers. They said they're got a new guy in there. Again, I just can't let it affect me, but it's like, come on, man. We're deep, it's shallow, we're not getting a lot of hands. It's like, I want to play cards, you know? So a little moment of intensity from me, but we're just gonna chill out and keep flowing. I feel refocused on break, and now let's fucking go. This is unreal, guys. Drop the sub, man. I'm gonna fucking ship this. Come on. That's wrong, but 153 left in the Colossus, baby.
I get a bunch of shoves through, and so I'm up to 3 million chips. Player has gone all in, and I call with queens. This is a 6 million chip pot.
Queen. Painful turn. Very painful turn. We'll take a chop. We'll take a chop here. Ace 3 offsuit versus ace 4. Okay, just like big non-clubs. Okay, just a big non-club card. GG, man. Tough. That's it, man. It hurts. I leave my heart and soul in there every single day. I play my heart out, man. That hurts. 117. 6 million chips. Queens versus ace jack. Jack got a flop. I'm a huge favor. I should win that pot so often. Guys, drop the sub button, man. We're going to go deep in the main. Thank you for the love, y'all. The channel's popping off. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep it going. Appreciate you guys. Fuck, so close.